Sunrise. So look, if you believe in faith, family, and freedom, then you're going to want to hear about AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. We talk about them all the time, and rightly so. AMAC is the conservative alternative to AARP, and they've built a growing community of patriots who want to preserve what's best about this country. So members get discounts on travel, insurance, prescriptions, helpful resources, and the popular AMAC magazine, full of thoughtful, pro-America content, sorry, Mamdani, that keeps you informed. Right now, you can join and save up to 33% with a 5-year membership. That's just $1.20 a month. AMAC is more than a membership, though. It's a movement. It's really a voice. It's a way to take action and stand for the values that matter most. So here's what you do. You go to amac.us/sunrise, and you become a member today. So stand up, stay informed, join AMAC, and don't support Mamdani. All right, for more, let's bring in the editor-in-chief of AMAC Newsline. That would be Shane Harris. Shane, good to see you. We know that you don't support Mamdani. We don't need to say that, obviously. Let's talk about the off-year elections, though, this past Tuesday night. Republicans need to take a step back and see the results clearly as a warning sign, not a defeat. Well, it was a defeat, but more like a warning sign. So what do AMAC members need to take away from the results Tuesday night?
Yeah, so look, I think there's no sugarcoating it, right? Like Republicans, they came out, they performed worse than expected, worse than they had hoped. But at the same time, I think it's worth saying and repeating that there shouldn't be an overreaction, okay? There shouldn't be, we need to throw out our entire message and abandon everything, because that's been, you know, some of the first instinct on the right.
Wait, Shane, I want to emphasize that, because we are hearing all over the place. I heard it this morning on my way to work. Oh, Republicans won't learn. They need to moderate. They've handed over the party to these crazy, MAGA people. And you're exactly right. Continue. But that's such an important point, because that's exactly what the left is doing with it.
That was just a Gina interlude in the middle of your question. Please go ahead.
No problem at all. No problem at all. I think that's absolutely right. And we all need to take a step back and ask ourselves, okay, what actually happened here? Well, let's consider it. The Democrat candidate won in New York City. No surprise. The Democrat candidate won in New Jersey, where only one Republican has won statewide since the turn of the century. Okay, no surprise. The Democrat candidates won in Virginia, a state where Glenn Youngkin became the first Republican elected statewide there ever since 2009, just back in 2021. Okay, not all that surprising. Was it a great night for the Republicans? No, it was not. But also, to your point, you know, the Never Trump crowd, they want to use this as an excuse to attack President Trump, attack MAGA. Well, I didn't see the candidates in Virginia and New Jersey running around talking about President Trump all the time. And in hindsight, it looks like that might have been a pretty big mistake. We actually saw the candidates in New Jersey and Virginia perform worse than President Trump performed last year. Remember, when President Trump's on the ballot, what were we talking about? Oh, it looks like Republicans have some momentum in Virginia and New Jersey. And now we see that momentum reversed. Why? Could it possibly be because those candidates tried to run away from President Trump, and President Trump remains the biggest and most important turnout tool for Republicans nationwide? And so I think as we're looking at these elections, we shouldn't give in to this instinct to just say, oh my gosh, you know, the world is on fire. We need to toss out everything and completely recalibrate our message. No, we need to return back to what was working. And what was working was what President Trump ran on in 2024, affordability, secure the border, common sense in our schools. And I think if Republicans do that, they can be in good shape.
I think you're right. You know, these are blue states, as you pointed out at the end of the day, and they delivered blue results. I don't know what you expect. But what does this mean for us going into the midterms? Because I think that's where our focus needs to be now. We don't want to panic on the one hand, but this can be a motivator, right?
Yes, absolutely. There shouldn't be any whistling past the graveyard on the other side of things. And I think one thing that Republicans really need to focus on, so in 2024, the narrative was that Democrats really struggled with young men, right? Republicans won huge numbers of young men, which is something that we hadn't really seen before. Well, what we're seeing now in 2025 is that Republicans are really struggling with young women. So we saw in New York, for instance, something like 80% of women 18 to 29 voted for Mamdani. Similar margins in New Jersey and in Virginia. And so if you're Republicans, it's great that you're winning young men, but really you don't want to be losing these massive margins with young women either. And, you know, what I believe about the Republican platform is that it offers something for everybody, prosperity, a chance to live the American dream, to raise a family, to have a good job that pays for your needs and helps you save for retirement. And so I think if you're Republicans, that should be a big area of focus. What is our message to young women to start to bring them back into the party?
How fascinating a point you made, Shane, when you think about the fact that Erica Kirk has now become the leader of TPUSA.
Yeah.
Wait just a minute. That could be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Shane, we appreciate your time. We're glad you're not related to Kamala Harris. Shane Harris is with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Poor guy.
Shane. All right.
All he did was come on a show.
What am I doing? Okay. Hopefully you'll come back, Shane. Okay.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All right, good. AMAC.US/sunrise.